Hello, welcome to Dr. Zizi's Chinese language and culture classroom or chat room. In today's video, I'm going to share with you another disappearing culture. It is still being used, but not as widely in northwestern China. It's called 这个系统里边谈价钱 means to negotiate prices or like what is that called bargaining in the sleeves. How does that work? Let me tell you the story. The scenario. Okay, so one farmer is selling his domestic animals in the market, and the other one wants to buy it, and they want nobody else to be involved or to hear about their prices. And also that this is another way of saying it, they do not want their domestic animals to learn that they have been sold. So the how do they like talking about the prices? It's usually they feel the other person's fingers in a sleeve of either the seller or the buyer's sleeve, or they use a piece of cloth and to cover their hands, and then they can feel the negotiate the prices by feeling their fingers. For example, if a cow is being sold and the price is probably like back in history it would be like 300 yuan. Right now it's like several thousands of yuan. So there's a base price. For example, if the average cow is sold with 300 yuan, usually when the seller offers this and the buyer feels three fingers, both of them mutually know that 3 stands for 300. And then how about the 360? That would be 300, and then the seller would probably hold these three fingers and leave these two. So the buyer will feel that one, and then will know that the person is asking for, the seller is asking for 360 yuan. And he probably will say, oh, and you can hear their bargaining dialogue, but without mentioning the price. They will say, oh, that's too high, I'm offering this. So the seller will feel the buyer's fingers to find out his offer. So that's 340. Okay, that's 340. So there's a difference between like a 360 and a 340. So there's a 20 yuan difference. So then you have to know that Chinese people can count numbers with one hand, and that's like this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6, and 7. So you put this like you're going to pinch something. The index finger, the middle finger, and the thumb put together, that's 7. You put them together, 7 and 8. 8. It's like some Americans when they grade each other, they do it that way. Okay, but this is 8. It's very much like the word 8, like a Chinese character 8 written upside down. Okay, so this is the 8, and this is a 9, and this would be 10. All right, so for example, if something is told with 120, he will fill this one first, and then these two, so that because both of the seller and the buyer know the base price. So if offers this one and this one, and you fill it, okay, then he already knows that it stands for the buyer or the seller. The seller, you know, either one of them knows that means 120. If he fills this and like this one, and oh, that's 180. All right. So this is a very interesting phenomenon. If you go to like a animal market, a farmer's market in like my hometown in Ningxia, or to some place in Gansu province, and then it is very common to see this the negotiation of prices and bargaining. However, in recent years, I think it's not as old. This new practice is not as old as 10 years, probably at most 10 years, and people have been using a combined way of doing it. They are, you know, as I learned from my friends, that they're now using their cell phones. They're typing their prices and then type it and then shows it to the buyer saying that I'm offering this, still without mentioning the price verbally. Okay, and then the buyer would say, that's too high, and then he types on his or into his cell phone and offers a price. And so basically, it's like a non-verbal, non-mentioning of actual prices negotiation between the two people, between the two parties. And once the negotiation is done, back then they pay cash, but nowadays more people would use their WeChat to pay the money. So anyway, this is an interesting phenomena, and I think when I was a little boy, when I saw that, I asked one of the old villagers. I said, why they don't want to mention the actual price in front of the animals. The old man was quite serious. He said, well, boy, you know, you do not want your animals to learn that you have been sold. And that is, they said that in the past, when the animals heard that, they become like there might be they might become sick, and or suddenly or whatever, that it hurts them, and that is not good for them. Actually, it's more like the owner, the current owner of the domestic animals, do not want to hurt the feeling of the animals being sold. So it's kind of like humane, like a feeling toward their animals, which is very kind, I think. But this is, I'm not sure if it's going to die soon, but more people are now using like electronic devices to chat. Sometimes they even don't see each other in the market. They negotiate the price first, and they use the like cell phone, iPhone, to let the other person see the animal, and the negotiate or the like agree upon a base price, and then when they actually see the animal, they will renegotiate if necessary, and then determine the final or to finalize the price. All right. I hope this helps you to understand to know something about this archaic Chinese culture in the countryside. Thank you so very much. Okay, I'm going to turn this off.